Are we like on? Hey, Michael, are we on? Are we? I mean, I'm practicing. It's my new gimmick. Wow. Yeah, I think it'll work. Nobody will notice it. Good. Oh, should I introduce? Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce to you Michael Dardon.
Thank you, Oscar Munoz, past president of the IBM. That I'd
Yeah.
have to say that's the
It,
weirdest introduction I've ever had.
well, I don't, I didn't know if I was. I mean, I was practicing. Did you like that gimmick?
So what? That's a gimmick. What do you call
Yeah,
that?
yeah. You've heard your Sonata, right? The Sonata gimmick.
Okay, yeah, the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is called the Sonata.
the chinata.
Yeah, Sonata. Yeah, it hides like a whole like you can put like maybe like 12-inch silks in there.
Wow, or maybe
Yeah,
a
you can only
small
get this
dove.
when you're like past 50 and you
Okay,
lost about 37 pounds. But other than that, I mean, it'll be marketed pretty soon. Nobody will know it is that right there. It's called a
so
Chinata.
this is a natural gimmick. This isn't marketed by Dan Harlan.
No, 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 no. This is
Okay,
marketed by, well, yeah, yeah, me. Me. I came up with the idea once I saw that. I said, a car. I can almost hide. Look, can you see that? Watch this. Look at that. You can hide like a whole, BMW right there. It's called Chinata.
it's just I could picture someone realistically, someone named Oscar with a cart selling chinatas
Yeah,
and us not knowing what that is.
right. And I mean, it's like if you like shake your head, it kind of like slow motion moves over. But I mean, you one of the hiding instead of like the palming thing, you want to hide it, you just do this. Hey, how you guys doing? See, nobody noticed anything.
Wow.
Nobody noticed anything.
Where did Oscar go? I-
I know, right? Right?
when
Like,
did
oh,
Antonio
there we
Banderas
go.
get here?
Yeah, there he goes. Look at that. Yeah,
All
Chinara,
right. Um,
49.99.
when you throw something at me that funny, what you don't know is that it hurts because my brain is going so many directions right now and it's gonna explode. I think I'm gonna need some help on this one,
Uh-huh.
especially because I know there's got to be some puns in there I'm missing. So I'm
I
gonna
know,
put the
but nobody will. Yeah.
I'm gonna put the pun symbol up and bring in a pun master who's got to give me something more to work with so my brain doesn't explode. Please
Wait.
welcome Jeff Williams to the stream.
Jeff is here too.
Jeff is here, the pun master, who
Oh,
has a pun of the day every day on Facebook and is just a treasure to our magical organization. Welcome, Jeff.
Well, hi there. Hey, Oscar. Oscar's not skinny, he's chinny.
well, no.
Oscar is up to his neck in loose skin. Is that okay to say?
That's okay.
What did you call it?
Too soon.
You're not skinny, you're chinny.
Oh, okay, well, that could be like the, yeah. Well, damn it. There was somebody had to come in and make it better.
We
I
got
have
St.
to say, go ahead, Jeff.
Patrick's Day coming up, so I mean, you might want to get like a bow tie that's nice and you could call it collard greens.
Oh man, yeah, that's yeah, kind of like that. Nobody will notice it. Are you sure you're telling me that Shinada won't work? That they will actually see that? Is that? Do I have to go back to the drawing board or go to a plastic surgeon? One of the two.
I think for magicians, I think Chinata would be marketable, but for the general public, I think Jeff's onto something with this collard green idea.
I guess you're right. Well, he is good, and he's from Florida, so.
I have to say, I didn't know when Oscar said, "I will always stick my neck out for you." I didn't know that that's what he meant.
Yeah,
He meant literally. Jeff, you can be the first to bid on this if you want. I'm gonna put this on eBay. Main reason I wanted to do this episode tonight, episode 4 of Something Up My Sleeve. What I have up my sleeve here, I don't know if you recognize this, but I made sure to grab this when I was leaving 4F. This is my very own Oscar Munoz life-size poster that I took off the wall F4F, and look at that bad boy there.
Look
We're
at
going to
that.
start the bidding
That
off.
was-
Ladies and gentlemen, you can have your own life-size Oscar, complete with Chinata cart. Just go ahead and make your bid now. Oh, it's a little wrinkled since I had it rolled up, but he said he didn't want it. I said, well, that's mine then. So
Wow.
I usually it's usually I keep it in the bedroom. But there you
That's
go,
back
ladies
in
and
the
gentlemen.
day.
It's
What was
life
it,
size.
2015.
I know. Look how much hair. Look at the difference in your hair.
Yeah, and at that time I was just beginning the Chinata.
That's when you first came up with the concept. He didn't
I
have his,
know.
he didn't have his
That's what I
lecture
hate.
notes yet.
Since 2015, been working on it.
They spelled
Excellent.
your name wrong though. It says Zomyum Raxco.
Oh, am I back? Are the F's back? Am I backwards?
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, let me flip it around.
There, that looks
All
a lot
right.
better.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. All right. I guess because mine's a mirror image. That's how, so I can, otherwise I get so confused. So I guess that's when I flipped it. That's so weird. So wait, so Jeff, if I were to pick something up and show you something, are you saying that
Ganathan?
you can't read this?
I can. It's just
That's
backwards.
it's Ginichan.
I hate to say this. I hate to say this live on, in front of a bunch of people, but your something is red.
I think you got something
It
there,
looks
Michael.
inflamed. That's all I want to say.
I'm gonna put something away for now.
What'd you say, Oscar?
No, I think you got something there.
I do. Well, I did. So
you got rid of that something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us two of my favorite guys in Magic, and
me.
and Jeff Williams, Oscar Munoz. I'm going to bring you guys back because we want to do a bunch more talking. Actually, stick around just in case I need you. If you can, you can stick around in the lobby there. We're going to continue with the program, but I would say that of all the introductions I've received, that was the most recent.
Well, I mean, like you, yeah, I didn't have anybody go. Oscar, you're on. Go. So and then I have to kind of like say, like, do I lie? Do I say this is one of my best friends, but he never calls me or asks me out for a drink or something, even though I don't drink. I mean, but at least I can get a call or something. But or do I say, hey, Michael, ladies and gentlemen, So that you're on would have been great.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna figure that out. Yeah, because that's what should have happened.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on. What? Yes, got it.
They're telling you now. They're saying now you got to go
Yeah,
backstage.
that's what they just said to me.
All right, I'm gonna send you guys backstage, and we'll be in touch soon. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, it is time for episode 4. Now, that was really fortunate that I had those two amazing guys to help me out. Normally, at this time is when I show you some kind of trick just to make sure that we are magicians. We're doing some magic, but this time I don't have to because I am going to blow your mind in a better way because most of you magicians out there, you'd be impressed maybe if I did a trick, but I think what I'm going to show you next, what I did today, will absolutely blow your mind because it's true magic in the sense of movie magic. So I'm going to pull up that video that should be ready, and let's see here. Of course, I put them out. Process. Oh no, it is in order. Okay, so we're going to make sure the audio is on. Sharing the screen. Audio check. And this is well, if it's not self-explanatory, I'll explain a little bit more about it. But these are motion capture gloves. Have fun. Just gonna take this off.
Where is my super suit? Oh, here it is. What's up, everybody? Wanted to share what I'm doing here today. Quite unusual. I am wearing a motion capture suit with motion capture gloves. We have a huge screen over there. This is Alex. And can you explain the technology we're going to be using in 5 words or less?
It's a motion capture suit. That's 3 words. So he's got sensors running all over his body, right here, all the way down his arm, and then there's even sensors running along the lengths of his fingers here that will feed information and data about his movement and his inertia to the computer, and then we can apply that to a 3D model inside of a game engine here that replicates his movement and hopefully gives us a better aim for like animating the character instead of doing it from scratch. It just kind of makes it easier.
And so I will be doing sleight of hand with cards, doing some flourishes, fans, and they will then get all of the information from what my hands are doing. So the hands and the cards technically are invisible. And then that information based on the sensors can then be used to animate the entire process. So hopefully I got it right. Wow, that was the most technical I've ever been.
You did it better than we would ever say. Yeah.
So there's just the glove being captured, where it was, the big hands on it. And they're gone. I'm good. I'm going to constantly find the tips of my fingers.
Very nice.
He didn't drop it, I did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Very cool. Whoa.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I can't believe you just did that.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
Okay, it's on.
So that was actually what I did today. What a cool process. That was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. Motion capture. It was very, very difficult to try to do anything with those gloves on, but that's what I kind of worked on all week is with some compression gloves, trying to see what sleights I could do. The idea is they're animating the hands because they want flourishes like a magician with credit cards, which we know is not that capable. There's certain things you could maybe do, but to be able to pull off all the flourishes you do with a deck of cards with credit cards would be really rough. So by getting the movements of the hands, they'll be able to animate that and then put in it's for a bank or a credit card commercial. So that was a lot of fun. Now at the very end, I actually have some more clips, and I'm going to stick around in the our after party. If there's questions about that, I'll answer what little I can, because I don't know too much about motion capture, but I'm learning. But what was interesting was they at the end said, just do your thing. Just we'll just capture some stuff rather than sticking to the choreography. If you want to just do some tricks for everybody. So one of their clients, I pulled them up and ended up stealing their watch during, did some card routines, stole a watch, gave it back. So I go to lunch, come back, and there's 3 monitors going. They're all huddled around, and I'm trying to figure out which clip they're watching because of all the stuff I recorded. Are they watching the animated hands? They were watching to try to see the watch steal. They were looking in the and the digital camera, the other camera, the above shot to try to see at what point. And now they have digital recording of exactly what my hands were doing, exactly the finger position. There's digital recording of that they can use. Pretty crazy. And then we did some fun second line stuff. Let me welcome some of the newcomers: Star Breeze, Crin Dash, Biaco. Welcome. So that was a little bit of what I did earlier. And then I had a chance to talk with Ben Jackson, who was in town in New Orleans. So this is going to be a pre-recorded segment with Ben Jackson. But first, I'll show you a quick video that talks about one of the shows that he's doing. He's doing a regular show in Houston. And then we'll have our famous Magician's Pose contest, which includes a magic pose from our two guests tonight, Ben Jackson and William Watt. So you get to choose your favorite magician's pose. But first, let me make sure this video is ready and good to go. And I'm going to bring up via a pre-recording. My past self will interview Ben Jackson for you. Award-winning magician Ben Jackson. Here is the video. Stop. Oh, I got to share it again. Okay. Share screen. And boom. No, still press here. Watch this. Movie magic. All right.
Just a video of you hanging out of the Four Seasons. We love that spot. It's casual. It's cool. You do this show down there.
Yeah.
And this, Ben, is so cool because, as we see from this video, this is a front row seat. People are seeing your skill up close.
Most time when people see magic, it's either really far away or you're on television. You'll get to see that really up close, intimate experience. But that's what this show is all about, is inches away from the action, visual sleight of hand, theatrical mind reading, cocktail attire. So it's a really fun, dressy date night out.
And you can try to see what's up his sleeve, but I guarantee you won't be.
I
able
don't know,
to.
maybe. You're pretty close. I mean, you're pretty close.
Well,
so.
here's the show.
Try to see what's up his sleeves. You know, I had to use that little clip right there since the newscaster from Houston decided to stick to the theme. I really appreciate that, newscaster from Houston. Thank you. You're an excellent newscaster. And let's see. Now we have let me reload it, see if it's ready. I literally just got this. Nice. I just got this highlights video edited and put together, which is clips from the about hour-long interview that I had with Ben. So I will now add that to the stream. The audio should be fine. Let me know if for some reason you can't hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you past Michael Dardon and Ben Jackson. And Ben is visiting New Orleans, not his first time, so he's smart enough to know to get gumbo and
not just any gumbo,
to get it from a local.
Gumbo from Michael Dardon, or as we say in Texas, Michael Dardant. Dardant.
That is how you pronounce it in Texas. That is exactly correct.
Oh man, speaking of mispronunciations.
Yeah, Jackson's tough. That's a tough one.
Oh, well, absolutely. No one can say that one. My last name and the room number is 515.
Now, everyone watching will be able to go back in time and steal your Wi-Fi.
There you go. That's right. I'm telling you, this is the best gumbo.
Yeah. And I didn't put any spices because I wanted, I don't know how you were on, sometimes I'll. She actually doesn't put any, there's actually no spice added. If it tastes spicy, that's all coming from the sausage.
Oh, wow.
So that is Lafayette Best Stop sausage. We go 2 hours to get that sausage. There is nowhere near here that we can find the type of sausage. She doesn't make gumbo without that sausage.
Wow.
Tonight on the International Brotherhood of Magicians Facebook channel, my guest, the one and only Ben Jackson, who is an outstanding magician. I hate that he's hearing me say this, but he really is. Just to give you a reference point, he doesn't even realize how much he motivated me because he went on the competition scene, and we're going to talk about that.
Oh, man.
And after seeing his act, I almost gave up competitions because I didn't think I could ever be as refined and practiced. I just didn't think that of myself. I think of myself as very lazy. And when I saw your act, and that was I think my first year of competing at that level, and I believe you won that year.
I think you took the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken. At the IBM.
IBM.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember sitting back going, I don't know that I'm ever going to be that refined. You could tell that you could do that act in your sleep.
Oh man.
Award-winning magician, outstanding corporate magician. The reason I get to have him here in New Orleans is because he's working a gig here. We need to pre-record this because he's got to drive back to Texas after. Little history about yourself and your pursuit of magic. And then I'm going to hit you with the hard question.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
your favorite color.
Well, first of all, Mike, very flattering. The interview is all downhill from here, so that's really very generous and very sweet, and much admiration to you as well. I really admire your performance chops, your showmanship, and how really you make your program so authentically you. So it's really awesome. The long story short, I most magi, I was shown magic at a younger age, about 8 years old, visiting some family friends in Kansas, and my dad's good buddy is a magic enthusiast. And after Thanksgiving Day dinner, we all gathered around the dining room table. He showed me some magic, blew my mind, got me really excited. But I probably didn't really start practicing every day till I was about 15 years old.
Okay.
And during that time, of course, I got the Marshall Brodeen magic kit, and then when I was 13 years old, I went to the Magic Island, which is now a venue that first opened up its headquarters in Newport Beach, California, and then one of their other major operations was in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And it started off as a private club, much like the Castle is, and they were in operation since 1983 up until 2008. But it really was a magic haven in Houston, and Egyptian themed. And I remember spending some time with the entertainment director, a guy named Scott Hollingsworth at the time. I was 13 years old. My mom and dad brought me there for my birthday. I was really excited just to spend some time with him. And one of the things he really, he taught me very quickly, he's like, man, and I think I showed him a little trick backstage, like a trick deck of cards or something. He's like, Ben, it's nice, but in all sincerity, if you want to take the craft seriously, I'd recommend you put that down. I'd recommend you pick this up. And he gave me, he recommended Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic, The Royal Road to Card Magic, and just really instilled in me to be a student of the art. And so that really, and started practicing every day. I was 15. And then I went to Texas A&M University. I got my degree in biomedical science, chemistry minor, business minor. Makes sense to do magic. Totally makes sense. It's a natural transition. And then ever since I graduated from school, which was in 2009, I've made my living doing magic. And that's the long story short.
So from chemistry to alchemy.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Mike. That's right. That's
And since we're doing a segment for the IBM, just want to point out again, IBM winner.
Woo!
2000. Competition-wise, what were your goals and why did you pursue? Because it is a weird thing, as we know, to get attention in the magic world and go after that type of pursuit.
I think for me, there was really kind of two things. I mean, certainly I wanted to, as I was considering performing professionally, any type of credential that may help differentiate myself when people were considering, oh, maybe we're looking to hire a magician for an event. Is there anything I can do to separate myself from the rest of the pack? And one of those things was certainly competition. So there was a marketing angle to it. I thought, well, maybe if I win some awards, that might help. But secondly, I think my good friend and near dear mentor, a guy named Greg Lancaster, who lives in College Station, Texas. Greg has been a really, really great mentor to me. And whenever I was going to school, we would spend a lot of Thursday nights at his home. His wife, Eva, would cook us dinner. And as opposed to me, going out to the bar, to the club, I would go to Greg's house and read magic books and hang out with him. And so, and Greg really helped form and shape my act. Yeah, as a nerd, that's fantastic. He would really help and shape and form my act and told me so much about, Ben, from because he's been in magic for 40 years. It's like, Ben, I feel like if you're going to go into the competition circuit, I want to give you some guidance, if I may. One thing I think it's so important is that you stand out in front of that table. You really command the presence of the room. I think a lot of magicians may use that table as a crutch maybe that's their security blanket. You need to get out in front of that table, try to work off your body, and hit them hard, hit them fast, really showcase a lot of skill. And so we really kind of laid the groundwork, the foundation for, if I were you, I would do these things. And when people like when Layman talked to me about, I see you won some Magic awards. What's a Magic competition like? I go, well, it's kind of like figure skating. It's like a figure skating contest in the sense of you have X amount of minutes to do whatever routine that you want, and you're graded on originality and technique and showmanship and all these things. And usually sometimes there's an international judging panel, right? And that's what it is. So I found nothing but growth in the wins and the losses, to say, well, how can I be better? How can I improve? And how can it shape and mold my current work that I do?
It's so funny that you reference ice skating because I've done the exact same thing.
No!
But I've said that it needs to be more like ice skating, meaning that the difference between like ice skating in the Olympics and some of the other sports is, when someone crosses the finish line, it's obvious who the winner is.
Right.
When you take figure skating and you're taking like a Brian Bartano versus somebody who's dressed completely different music, completely different moves, how do you even compare? And I love the fact that they get into the artisticness about it, the originality.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said for the longest time that, of course, you need an overall winner and a Grand Prix, but
Sure.
the first place, second place, like, especially in situations when you're comparing a Dove act to a card act, you can't give a first and second. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But you can give most original, best use of color. So we've been talking a lot about Fool Us. And we're kind of in the same position because about 5 years ago, we both sent a video in. Either wasn't the right timing, wasn't the right act, or whatever. Then went back to the drawing board, then kind of dropped the ball because it's a difficult process trying to think of what would fool them. And we talked a lot about this yesterday because I'm working on an act. Ben's trying to think of what he wants to do. So if it's on the wire and you had to perform today, you wake up in Vegas, you woke up, you're like, I thought I was in New Orleans. You're in Vegas and you realize, oh, I have to do the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So now forget about fooling them because
Mm-hmm.
chances are you're not going to have something.
Right.
What do you do? It's like that and that movie Speed. What do you do? What do you do? You have to perform for Penn and Teller tonight. What do you choose to do?
Yeah. Well, man, I'm torn between two things.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm not alone in this split decision of approach.
Right.
From what we've gathered and what we've discussed, really I see there's two different approaches to Fool Us. Either approach number one is that you go in with a piece of magic that's well polished, well rehearsed, and they have all the bits of business, all the lines, and it's a great piece of theater and showmanship, and it showcases your personality. But it's not going to fool them. It's just a great, 5-6 minutes bit of business. It's great for TV, but it's not necessarily what Penn and Teller want, as they've expressed from interviews and podcasts, that they're looking for that. Give us that one punch, give us that one mental blow, and a singular moment. Now, if I were to do the show tonight, the two options I'd be weighing between would be, number one, how I've opened up my show for the past 15 years, which is a drink production from Tom Peterson called Lemonade Racket. I dress up a little bit differently, and this really fast and furious 3-fly routine, which is just bubblegum for the eyes, a lot of self-deprecating humor, looks great for television. Would it fool them? No, but it would give me all the confidence in the world to stand on my own 2 feet and stare down like the barrel of a gun. Be like, okay, I can do this, what I've been thinking. And so
Plus the confidence of the fact that he didn't mention the drink is actually a Long Island iced tea, about 80% liquor. So that would give you a lot of confidence in that situation.
That's right. And only one drink before the show, just to take the edge off. So that's good. That's right.
Thing about, but you fooled the heck out of me one time at the end of a convention. You probably don't remember. You were playing the piano at first because Ben is actually a huge pianist. That's how you say the word, actually.
That's right.
And very talented in that respect. And as I'm enjoying that, you went into, I believe there was a card effect, but also it involved change in your pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay,
it was just us sitting there. You did it just for me. And I think you explained it after, and I didn't even want you to because I was just like, I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, what, so, but I don't know if that one would work. One of the things I wanted to make sure that people know about when they go to Texas or go to Dallas is that they can see your show. You don't have to, you can hire Ben to do your own show, but you can actually go see a show that's open to the public. What did I say?
Dallas.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Well,
it's
I
a
mean,
big
I don't-
state.
Okay, good. But I don't know if, Houston people aren't like, Dallas, what?
Oh, well, there's always that.
I mean, because, when you're, if I'm here in New Orleans and someone says like, what are you from Chalmette? I'd be like, excuse me?
Excuse
But,
me?
no. So yeah, sorry. But you were in Dallas at some point, no?
Never.
So it's always, I always get those confused for some reason.
You're not alone. Trig Watson lives in Dallas. He used to live
I
in
mean,
Dallas.
yeah, Trig. Well, now he's in California. He lives. So in Houston at the
Four
Four
Seasons
Seasons Hotel, an hour-and-a-half show that is basically a master manipulator, intimate, is only 60 seats.
Only 60 seats.
Intimate seating to see a sleight of hand artist, and that is the last weekend of every month.
That's right.
So definitely, if you happen to be in Houston, the only reason you should be in Houston is because you happen to be there. So if you happen to be there, you need something cool to do, and that's what you should do: is go to the Four Seasons, check out Band and Fast. So that has been going on since before the pandemic.
Man, yeah. So the name of the show is Magic, Music, and Mayhem. It's been happening since 2016. January 2016 is when we started doing the show every month, consistently every month. And when I say we, I say me and my wife. Now, my wife Julie she's my girl Friday. She's my right hand woman. And without her, there is no program. So Julie is there to meet and greet our guests, to give seat assignments, to be the front of house, so to speak. And then we have our guests walk into the space, and then it's just me and 60 of my closest friends, and we have the time of our lives. So it gets, and then also it's a great showcase for outside work. When people come, maybe they're there for date night, maybe they came because it was a gift given to someone else, and we're here to see a show. But at the very end of the show, like I told you, I always like to plug myself to tell people, hey, I'm not just a magician who performs at the Four Seasons. I could be of service to your organization outside these walls.
Yeah, you have to spell it out for them.
You really do.
Humans are generally dumb.
Yeah.
So they might think, oh, the hotel trained him on how to do it. Like, they don't know.
They don't
So
know.
you got to tell them. And if they happen to be in Houston, then most likely they're going to happen to be somewhere else. And they probably have an event that needs a magician. As soon as they realize, oh, he doesn't work for the hotel.
Yeah.
But what's up your sleeve? Meaning, what do you bring to the table? What separates you from other performers? So what is something up your sleeve?
Ooh. Man. Okay.
The Ben Jackson effect.
I'm telling you. The way I address my audience. Two things. Number one, this was a tip given to me by Dennis Watkins out in Chicago. Dennis does a magic show at the Palmer House Hotel. And one tip he gave me was, he said, Ben, you should be out front meeting and greeting your guests as they walk into the space. And when you do that, it builds so much rapport with the crowd initially, because they aren't expecting that. They always have the preconceived notion that the star of the show doesn't come out until the curtain parts and the music starts, and now out comes the performer. Right. But when you're out there meeting, greeting people, it gives you a real sense of humanity. I'm just a guy. I'm so thankful for you. I think the expression of thankfulness, appreciation for the audience goes so far, because people have to understand, these people, especially those who are coming to pay good money to see your program, what did they do? They made the babysitter arrangements, they got dressed up, they fought downtown traffic, they showed up to your show on time, and they're here. This could be a really special night for them. This could be like, oh my, we haven't been on a date in years. This is like our first date night out, or whatever that may be. And I feel like for me, something on my sleeve is that the fire and the energy I bring to every show, knowing the kind of the weight of responsibility that you owe it to these people to give it your absolute best. Don't phone it in. Don't just go, oh, whatever. I'll do something half-hearted. And that's no good. I will never let that be a standard. And the way that I address my audience is that I say, hey, team. I say team all the time. And it just builds like this. What did he just say? Hey, team. As though I want to create this environment, this buzz that's infectious, where we're all in this kind of fun, this fun space together, and I'm just the facilitator of the fun. And I feel like that's something where it's not just about, as Jamie Ian Swiss would say, I have a red ball and a green ball, or a red ball changed to a green ball, worship me, or John Carney, he said, people are more sympathetic to humans than they are to gods. And I feel like having that level of humanity, that humbleness, that meekness, but wanting to encourage interactions amongst the guests by addressing them in a positive way, I think that just goes a long way. And some of my favorite performers are guys like yourself, but people who have great chops and are really funny, but also very down to earth, like a Chad Long or a Bill Malone or a Williamson or whatever. They're so full of energy, but then they're blowing your mind and they're making you laugh, and you just can't help but smile. Probably the biggest compliment I think any performer can get, at least one of my chief aims, is that I want someone after the show to say, I could grab a drink with that guy. He could be my next door neighbor, and having that friendship and kinship built over the 90 minutes. That's always a goal. But I think that's a secret sauce, man, is respecting your audience, loving them there, and being as gracious as you possibly can.
Ben Jackson, outstanding performer, such professionalism. I hope you grab something from that if you're a performer yourself, because that's just a wealth of information. Great stuff. Have some more videos of Ben, and what I do is I have an after hours program because we don't have too much time on the Facebook. So I end the IBM session, and then any videos we don't have time for, I'm happy to show you later or answer questions, anything we can do. My next guest, unfortunately, can't stay for the after hours. He'll be busy, and he's just starting his day. So what a great way to start the day than being interviewed by another magician, right? Totally different time zone, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing performer that I first met at 4F, at the Fechter's Finger Flicking Frolic for the layman. Please welcome to Something Up My Sleeve, the one and only William Watt. There he is. Welcome,
Hello,
my
Michael.
friend. Yes, we can hear
me. Everything is fine.
We can hear you. You sound great. I told all of the laymen that I was actually interviewing Trevor Noah. So, but now that I think about it, you're better looking. I mean, I'm ahead of the game,
Thank you so much. I will be able to hang out with you a little bit after the.
Oh, sweet. Excellent. All right, great.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get Ben to come back. He's driving right now, but we're hoping that he can hop on and just hang out with us for a little bit. So you didn't even give me video. You said we don't even have time for that because I have some fun stuff to talk about. I'm excited to hear about what your new project is. But first, let's learn a little bit about you. And I have to, of course, hit you with my number one question. So if you want to give us a little background as to how basically from point A to point B being meeting me at 4F.
Okay. So, well, it's very simple. I did my studies in marketing. I worked for 2 years in the business area of Paris. And then I read a book, which is in English, Don't Sweat Small Stuff. And from this reading, I thought for 2 years and realized that my future was becoming a professional magician. At that time, I didn't know much about magic. Then I started my journey, became a student of Bernard Billis, who is one of the top magicians on TV in France for over 25 years. And just like the French Paul Daniel. And I took 2 years of lesson with him, starting my journey in some brasserie bars in France. Then my business card would start to move around and started to work on a lot of corporate events. And then I realized that I wanted to. Most of my colleagues that I was working with told me you need to hire you pricing. And I said, okay. Then after, my client would wonder why would they pay more for myself? So this is how I involved myself into competition and I came first at French Championship in 2012. And when I came back from the championship, I got a call from the symposium that was taking place the next month in Italy, in Milan, and I got second at the symposium right the year after Eric Jones won the symposium. And from that, I was able to justify my pricing. That was a great journey, but also it did open the door to 4F, because that's where I got the 4F price. And it was just amazing to me, because I so young I had my American dream to live. And it was like a door that was opening on the on America. And that's in 2013. And then we met there.
Excellent. Wow. And you're wearing your silver suit.
I do, my friend. Yeah. I never wear it. It's just a great. Oh yeah, sorry, my silver suit. Yes, I was wearing this silver suit. True, exactly.
Yeah. I was super nice to you, but on the inside, I just hated you so much, because I was just like, look at this guy. He's tall, good looking. He's got a silver suit on, and he does magic. Come on, people. But yeah, it was amazing to see you there. So wait, I'm going to get to an easy question that I should know, but that's going to lead you into what we're going to talk about. But before we get to that, my main question on this show, because it's called Something Up My Sleeve, is what is something up your sleeve? Meaning, what do you bring to the table? What makes you shine as a performer and stand out?
Well, I forgot to tell you, but thank you for having me in the show.
Of course.
And it's a real honor for me, and especially on this journey, we're all artists, and it's always a pleasure to have someone taking care and bringing us to the light, bringing people to know us, and it's a great opportunity for each of us. What brings me up to what makes me different from another performer, right?
Yes.
Okay. When I heard this question with the previous magician, I just realized what's my difference. Actually, and my journey is all about that right now. I think I like to just in somehow I am crazy, but not as crazy as it's just that I like to just go for challenges, and very smoothly, not like every day, but I've challenged myself, and I like to come out of my comfort zone, and it makes that I just live my dream. So this is one thing. And then I would say, what makes me different from another magician? The word that comes all the time is seductive and elegant. That's what people say when they talk about my magic. And I love the interaction with people. And
that was exactly how I described you, by the way. When I went home after that 4F, I was like, there was this one guy that was so seductive and elegant, especially with the silver suit. So those words are perfect.
The elegance was something very important for me. And also I really worked hard on it, because I thought that if I come to a private event, I knew that I had to be just as elegant as the most important person there. And that's one point. But also, as a magician, we are performers. And it was great to have the opportunity that people wonder, who is this guy over there, just before you start performing or whatever. And that has stayed in my mind, and I understood that. So from the beginning, I said, okay, we need to stand out in some original way that would make people wonder, who is this guy over there?
You know what? I'm going to keep you on that subject, because I've found it fascinating that in so many entertainment industries that used to be really elegant, to stick with modern times or to wear the common attire. You have rock bands that just, have leather with holes. You have comedians that get on stage in jeans, but magicians have, for the most part, held true to looking above the board. If whatever, I remember being told early on by Glenn Girardi that whatever the party is, you need to be a step above. You need to look a little bit better because you're the magician. We've always held ourselves in that regard. Would you speak to that a bit more?
Yes, I would say that depending on your heart, you need to adjust yourself to what you do. And maybe a rock star comes in jean, but it's completely his character. We do perform and have to adapt to so many different situations that we need to make sure that we actually will be able to fit in, because the basic stuff is that any agent can call us and say, okay, this guy will work, But at the end of the day, I realized that it needs to be this, that you need to be elegant, because you need to work and make sure that you're gonna you need to put all the chances on your side to make sure that people will want to connect with you. But on the other side, I believe it's very, very great to be authentic, and which means that, and we have so many forefers as well where we meet, and there's those guys who have a very different style, and it's very personal, and they would just come the way they are, but it does work, and they bring their universe. So I think it's great also to bring your universe also. We have to find the balance on that, but that's what I would say.
Excellent. I found it not only amazing,
Mario Lopez,
but
for example.
What's
Mario
that?
Lopez, for example. Mario Lopez is a great
Mario
example
Lopez.
for that.
Oh, yeah, that is actually a good example of someone who is sticking in character. He'll show up in blue jeans, but we love him, and it
Exactly.
fits, and it doesn't matter. It's not like it's on purpose to try to go the opposite way. But I've always kind of admired the fact that in the world of magic, we've sort of stuck true to always be a cut above the rest, to present yourself as the entertainment, as the performer, and that, to demand that respect. So the next question, I know, which is an easy one. Go ahead.
Michael, I would just go quickly on that, because
Yeah.
I have some stuff to tell you quickly, like very short. But because of that, for over 10 years, I was performing with my suit, my tie, my everything was adjusted to the shoe, to the socks. Everything was perfect. And as you know now, I live in Mauritius, a small island on the east coast of South Africa. So it's like it was a new challenge in my life. I dropped everything and say, let's move there, which for me is a great base, and start and keep on traveling in the world. But here I'm working not anymore with private event and companies. I'm mostly working for a hotel. Here the weather is like 32 degrees whole year, so that's in degrees. I don't know in Fahrenheit how much it does, but it's like very hot and very humid. So which means that my outfit I had before, I had to adjust, and it doesn't work anymore to come with a jacket, because you are the only one with a jacket, and it's like so humid, it's complicated to deal with that.
Right.
So I completely had to rethink my style and try to keep it as elegant as possible, and try to find my new way. So if you have a few seconds, let me just grab my phone. I'll show you something.
Yes. I don't know if you can still hear me, but we also need a picture.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we also need a picture of the silver suit. I have a picture because we're going to do the magician's pose contest, but I don't have a picture of you in the silver suit. So,
oh my God, the silver suit. Actually, it is on the the silver suit. I just sent this yesterday to a friend of mine. The silver suit is on internet because I was performing at the castle with it. So wait a second, I just sent a link yesterday, which means it's going to be quite easy to find it. Here is it.
All right.
So here is the silver suit at the Magic Castle. Wait a second, it's loading. But that, I think, yeah, perfect. So this is the silver suit at the castle. Wait a second. Wait a second.
All right, one last. Yes.
Okay. So that is the silver suit at the castle. I don't know if.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Very. God, look how fine. I mean, now everyone can understand. Do you understand, people, why I was just so envious? Look at that suit.
Yeah, and you know what?
Looks incredible.
I was looking, when I went in Paris and said I want to find a suit, I didn't say I want I said I want a silver suit. I didn't say I want a gray shiny suit. I said I want a silver suit. It was very precise. I didn't want a gray suit.
Yeah. No.
And I found this one. And actually, right now the trousers are dead, but the jacket is still working. So before, William Watt was this style. that's how I was. Wait a second. That's how I was before.
Right. Oh yeah, I think I
This-
have one of those. Yeah.
Okay, this is me, and of course, when you do a photo shooting, it is the picture where you do something stupid that you
Right.
keep, and it
Yep.
was the idea. And today, because of my new environment, I had to adjust. And I tell you, my friend, it's like really a big shock in your head because, okay, so this is one of it. But I don't like myself I don't like myself sometimes on pictures and I really need to work on that. But I got a great shot because during the pandemic, I had to do a Zoom show. So we did a great footage of what to do. And this is what William Watt would look like. Maybe you get a good idea of what my new style is now.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So, it's a zoot suit trousers, suspenders, and, no sleeve, sleeves rolled up. And it's crazy because for 10 years I've been performing with a suit, and now people just wonder, but you have no sleeves. And no, I don't have it anymore. And then you can get, as now that you've seen the great shot of it, you can see globally, you get the idea clearly of what it is. And this is a very crazy experience because, when you lose this, I've lost 50% of what was making me, oh wait, see that? And I've lost 50% of, yeah.
All right, I'm trying to go on yours. Yeah. So, oh, yeah.
You
So
get that, but that's you get the idea.
That definitely changes your routines up a bit for sure. Do you
It was
think
a nightmare.
the silver? Do you think we could hem it and it would fit me if you're not using?
Maybe
I'm
you have
5'7".
to
Maybe
but I
not.
love this suit, and I love it, and I love it. It is what's crazy. You can just grab the jacket, drop it in a bag, and it will just come nicely on you. And I'll bring it to
Oh,
next
yeah.
for I'll bring it for next year.
So very striking. So you answered the next question anyway, because it was something I needed to know, but I know it's going to lead into the show that we're going to talk about, and that was where you live, because I have no concept of time. Time stands still for me. So at one point you were living in Paris, and now you're not. I thought you were still in Paris until I realized you were on a totally different time zone. And I think, anyone who's not in Paris should have that on their passport. I do not live in Paris, so that it's obvious, So tell us more about, why you moved there, your experience there besides the humidity with magic, and then what's happening.
Okay, so crazy story. A friend of mine sent me a flying ticket to come to visit him for 10 days in 2016. And from that day, I met, from that holiday, I met some few hotel resident managers, and they would, and I would have some press writing on me. And then in the following year, within 1 year, I did 8 trips to this island, doing 20 shows. So at one point, I realized that this island is great, and I could feel the difference of energy between France and Mauritius. And at that time, I was really working and thinking hard on where I want to move from Paris. Where should I go? And of course, the first thing that was very evident was going to LA. But Mauritius came in the picture completely different. It's like, I will not pop into any personalities or whatever. If you want to become a celebrity, this is not where you want to come. You want to go in a place where people would see you. And actually, all my friends in Paris I was performing with, most of them are now on TV. But this was not a goal for me. I really prefer to be seen from the magic community as the IBM and 4F and stuff like that, to be that my fellow magician friends and colleagues can say, okay, this guy is a magician, instead of trying to become a celebrity, which I think involves different stuff. And I'm happy for those guys who does it very well. So I was, and when I realized that Mauritius was here, there was no magician here, there was a bunch of 5-star resorts, I just felt like, hey, let's take a new challenge first. Then I want to live my life. I don't want to live my existence thinking of dreams. So I said, okay, let's base myself in this beautiful island. It is a 11-hour flight from France down south, and I will be based here, and we keep on working, and I can still do my Magic Castle and go in the US and start doing stuff over there. I can still go and try to develop places like Dubai, and still try to keep on one foot in France and stuff like that. And it was just a crazy adventure. At one point, my mind just come like this. I just felt like, okay, let's do it. And I moved here, and it's just a crazy adventure because it's really pushing me out of my comfort zone. As I told you, because of the working condition, I tell you, my friends, it's a real trauma, and I didn't realize it at first. But now I'm back to it. I had to adjust myself, and because many stuff is different. First of all, I'm performing in 5-star resorts where you have couples, with the don't try to make bad pictures of that, but that's crazy. You have a man who's very wealthy with his lady, and they are just here, and it's like very into like we are here, we are enjoying the island, and blah blah blah. It's not like the 5-star resort is not the place where people are just having fun. Not here actually. They are mostly enjoying themselves together. It's like it's not family stuff. It does happen, but you understand what I want to say. So clearly, and these people are for some time just at the bar, and the bar they're just here looking at the sunset. So you just need to make sure that you perform from them, not disturbing the other one on the other hand, and trying to do something very powerful. And therefore, it's just a really different way of performing than I used to. When you come to the corporate event, everything is set up for you. You have a beautiful setup, the lighting, and also, of course, the company people are just know each other. So it's just go into that and just smack them with magic. So it's just a new way of working. And of course, the humidity. If you are on the peak of humidity during summer here, you're using a deck of cards is just not possible. I mean, it's possible, but of course, within the next 20 minutes, your deck is completely liquid. And I tell you, and it's just funny because you just try to find a way to handle it. You don't want to have a spectator picking a card because they're having great cocktail full of ice and their finger is completely full with water. So if you want to amaze them, grab this guy with this big glass and ask him to hold one card. You'll get a mark anyway. And you just ask him to shuffle the cards. You get a mark on that. But if you want to perform on different table, no marks, you don't want them to touch the card. And you know what? Recently, and of course, forget about getting anything by the mail in the next few days. This doesn't happen here. If you order something from Penguin Magic or wherever, you'll get it in 3 months, my friend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I tell you. And I would wait for people to visit so they can grab something. I will order, ship it to them. They will come in because they also tax you very hardly here. And recently, one of the latest thing I am enjoying myself, and it was just out of curiosity, a plastic deck of cards. Plastic bicycle, and they just look great. And
that's the kind you can drop in the pool. They're actually plastic, not plastic coated. Okay, yeah.
Exactly, and you can ask the spectator to grab it. You don't care, and you can wash them if they are dirty. And it's a lifetime working. And you know what? I like to perform with the Memorize deck. I'm practicing. This is one of my go-to magic trick at the moment. I would perform a lot of stuff from Juan Tamariz, and of course my personal, inspiration from what we understand we are on the shoulders of giants. But it is just a perfect deck. It's just, for your information, it just feels a little bit heavier. But this deck, you can, and the fan can be tricky. This is a new deck, so the fan is not too bad, actually. It is, but it is.
I was going to say that flourishes must be difficult, but there's a lot you can still do.
Exactly. And you know what? Part of the flourish, you can do a perfect shower with no problem, my friend. It does work perfectly. It does work, and I can do a pharaoh with no problem. Of course,
is it easier to pharaoh?
I would say it is somehow it is easier. You don't need to work on the side of the cards
because they're thicker. Because I still can't do a perfect pharaoh, so maybe I need underwater cards.
I get one of these. It is not as good as the high quality of the card shark because they're working on the casino quality. But this is a great quality and much better quality than the one you would find at Costco. And sometimes I struggle like a dog with the Costco cards. But
So wait, now
card.
Card Shark is also going to make the plastic kind. Is that what you're saying? That
No.
or-
What I'm
oh, you
saying
mean-
is that
okay.
with their deck of cards, just take it out of the box. You can make a faro straight away. You can
Oh,
make
nice,
it also with a casino finish playing cards. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then after, if you get your card, as I did when I was in the US, because most of my stock here is when I was flying to USA, buying card at Costco and just bring it back to in my case. And this one is sometimes, you know, the way they cut it, they don't care because it's just a $2 stuff, and we can do already pretty good stuff. But what all this to tell you, you know, you're experiencing stuff, and one day you look on Amazon, you find a deck, it looks really like a genuine card, and actually it's even better because it's like a big index. So the back, there's no way you can tell it is a different stuff. It's exactly the right design of bicycle, and on the front you have a big index, so you can perfect for a big crowd.
yeah. Jumbo index. Okay.
You know, so
just no torn and restored. Yeah, it's hard.
Yes, but then you get your whole deck that is wet over there, which is just perfect.
You can pull out some sit. You could be like, wait, we're gonna do a torn and restored trick. Hold on. Cut the corner. Hold on to the corner.
Exactly.
Right
exactly.
on.
But I always love to make people sign cards, but then I take this deck at that moment with which is made of paper, and then you do your stuff, and you're still all set. But and this doesn't mark even, you know, when you get a deck of cards that you set in a mnemonic order or whatever, at one point you get those marks on the 9 and on the 9 of diamond and on the 4 of club, because these are the extreme of extremity.
Right.
And then at one point on a normal deck, you'll get a mark because that's how it is. No marks. You can and it's even more comfortable then, you know. But anyway, just to give you some tips, and actually, you know, some production I would do at back in time with my sleeves and using flash paper, and it could be not. I wasn't doing the production from the sleeve, but you can use the sleeve. You can use some hidden places in your jacket. And now with no sleeve and no jacket, I do produce a deck of cards with flash paper. I start to have my handlings. I am also thinking about a top it new method, so I can use it. It's going to be a great top it, and people will not suspect it. It's going to be great. It's it's just thinking out of my head, and you know, it's and now I'm starting after a big trauma of moving in a place like this, and thinking, oh my God, I've lost all my magic. I have to rethink my stuff. Now I'm into a very positive stuff after all these 2 last year, which was crazy for all of us. And now I'm back to it. I'm full of energy, and I am working on a new project. I'm really happy to share with you very shortly.
Yes. Let's talk about that next, because I know you have a full day ahead of you. I don't want to keep you too long. Real quick question though.
I still have 1 hour for you, my friend.
Oh, excellent. Oh, good. Well, we'll keep you as long as we can. We'll bring you into the after party. Just out of curiosity, the appearing deck from Flash Paper, is that the technique Eric Anderson does by chance? That I'm thinking.
Tell me what's his technique? Tell me.
Well, basically, he has big enough hands to be able to palm a full deck of cards so that you don't see it until the Flash Paper's lit. I was just wondering.
Okay, you wonder the technique I'm using right now?
Yeah, you were mentioned just
Okay.
the appearing.
No, I will just explain to you, and everybody will be able to see. I'm using an invisible wallet.
Okay.
You know, just the
purse frame.
Purse frame.
Yeah.
Purse frame. Okay, and I would do something very clear so people would see. I can produce a coin from there and put it back, and it's vanishing. You know, and reproduce it from there. And I say, I will take it out because it's going to be in my way, because there's much more stuff. I don't want it to be in my way. That's what I said to the audience. There's so many more stuff. So I would just grab my coin and put it in my pocket. That's where I would grab a lighter at the same time. You know, when you put something in the pocket, grab something from it. Then people would just think you're putting the coin in your pocket. And from this moment, you grab your lighter. And because I'm using a Zippo, I place my my flash paper in the closing of the Zippo. So I have my Zippo with the flash paper blocked in the top part. Okay. So now I am loaded with my Zippo, and I still have my invisible wallet. So and my purse frame. So I just do subtlety to show that it is empty, and then produce the Zippo. Then I say that in French we use this thing that people justify, which means they don't see anything. And of course it's funny because the word with the game of words, playing with words, and then it's a Zippo. That just go, what? They just saw a coin, and now it's a Zippo coming out, and they don't realize I just grab it as I put the coin away. And then I show the Zippo, which is a very hard and strong stuff. I take the flash paper out, and I ask someone to hold on to the Zippo, okay? And I put the wallet away, the purse frame. At that moment, I'm paying attention to the flash paper, and I take my deck of cards from my pocket and bring as I bring the flash paper very close, and then the deck is appearing. And you know what? This is what like everybody in France and in the world who've seen me perform would have seen this effect, because people love fire, as everybody knows, and this production is just beautiful. I would produce it in a different way before with my jackets, but I'm very happy I could reproduce, rethink about it, and maybe I will find new techniques soon. But this is for me great stuff, and I'm very happy I came up with something, and it starts with nothing: coin, lighter, deck of cards. So that's the idea. Give to you, my friends, to the IBM followers on your show.
Beautiful. All right, so we'll make this the closing question for this portion of the Facebook IBM show. What is your new event? What is your new project you're excited about?
Okay, so you like. I think it's great to be able to share it with you. It's really brand new. It's really a great opportunity. This opportunity comes because the context to make it happen has just appeared, and it brings me all I want. And I'm going to create my magic. Let's call it my close-up gallery here in Mauritius.
Excellent. Is that
which means that yeah? Tell me.
Is that of the title, The Hidden Show?
Oh. Okay, it's going to be, I will keep this title because The Hidden Show was, as you can see, designed for Facebook. And the idea of The Hidden Show was just because we are not allowed to get together. So I thought, okay, let's hide, let's do something secret. And then The Hidden Show came out, and I had some friends in USA who helped me on finding the name, including my friend Jonathan Levitt. And it came actually from him. I mean, we shared that, and he validated this topic, and he loved it. And then after, I just feel like it's a great stuff. We have our good friend Sean Farquhar, who has the Hidden Wonders. And I thought it was just natural to say at first that the name came from that, just thinking, okay, they don't allow us, so let's do something very underground. So it has to be hidden.
So speakeasy, right?
Exactly. So that's where the name came from. So it could be The Hidden Show as well, because I think it's a great stuff. And it's going to be held for the moment. I'm really literally working on the project, on presenting the project, because I'm going to need the help of sponsors, and I'm building a big file on it. And I will also get in contact. So if anyone here have any information about how a magician, I mean, what are the conditions and all the stuff, all the information that magician in LA, in New York, and anywhere else does perform their show in hotels, because we have Dan White, we have the magician of The Millionaire, I forgot his name, and also we have
Steve Cohen.
Exactly.
In
Steve
New York,
Cohen.
yeah. And
Exactly.
I don't know if you got to see the segment. That's part of what we were talking about with Ben Jackson. He has a regular show at the Four Seasons in Houston.
I've heard that, exactly. So here, when I'm bringing this, is going to be new. It's going to be strong stuff for a small island like this. It's going to be William Watt, and among all the magicians on the island, well, I'm on the only one. I am the only one, so it's great. But because the island has such a strong willing to be, to do the best, and I think it's a great opportunity for me and for the island to have a residency in a place where the show will be held. That tourists and also locals will be able to see something on the level of the Magic Castle. I mean, this is just great, and hopefully, in the future, God knows, but of course, I will bring in my friends, and when Marco will be, you will be just welcome to come and perform for in Mauritius in the closet gallery of William Watt, and that would be just crazy.
I would
also
love
for
that. I would
rappers and all the
absolutely love
guys,
that. Let's do it. Let's book it. Absolutely. I would, in closing, and I'm gonna keep you here. I'm gonna go out. We'll do our Magician's Post contest, and then we'll do the after hours in a second. But do you have any pictures handy just to show us the island, or a quick picture of where you are? And do you do a bird act? Because we feel like I'm hearing birds. Maybe is. Is that just your exotic location?
Oh my God! You know what? This is why I I have been missing so much USA. I love the fun. Thank you for this laugh. Thank you for the sense of humor. I miss that, Michael. I can't wait to see you guys. I miss you. I miss America. Please come and get me. So yes, the house is open. It's actually 6:30 in the morning. I woke up at 5, and this is actually I was wrong with the timing zone,
Okay.
and it's like 1 hour ahead of what I thought it was. So
We
thank
just had a
God I was
time
awake
change.
before.
I don't know if you do that there, or we just last weekend had a
we
time
don't.
change. Yeah.
Okay, this is
We
why.
switch it around just to keep people on their toes. There's absolutely no reason behind it at all. We can still play baseball in the dark, but we switch it just to make sure people are paying attention.
Michael, you know what? Normally, I would have just woke up like half an hour ago. And actually, I woke up very early and I realized, hey, the show is already on. And I looked at you, I thought maybe he's just talking to, the assistant and making the regular. And I realized the show has started. Damn. And I realized that, okay, crazy stuff. So here it's morning. And of course, we have birds all around. And all my friends always, when I have them on the phone, they tell me, are you living in a cage? Man, this is just crazy. We have birds and it's just lovely, and I can stay here. And there's one little there, and it's it's full of them. But there's one which maybe have his house in the roof of my house. So it's like it's just singing every morning for me, and it's just crazy. They are here all around, and this is one of the most. One of the reasons why this island caught me, because I just felt like I want to get closer to nature, and here I am. So I literally
You're like Snow White.
Yeah.
You have a little Disney bird flying your shoulder, start chanting.
Can you be one of the dwarfs?
I would be one. I would be probably. Hopefully, everyone there is not as tall as you. I would be totally one of the dwarfs. I'm gonna look up that place, and I can't wait to come see you there. So don't go anywhere, because you're gonna see your entry in the Magician's Pose contest. Normally do that in the middle, but we'll close with that one, and then I'll close the Facebook stream and keep you around as long as I can, so we can just chit chat. So hang on 1 second. I'll take you off the stream for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, that was William Watt, who is now performing in a very exotic, amazing location. And I can't wait to go there and meet all the birds hanging out. So he shouldn't have any trouble training a few so he can do a bird act. Now, here are your contestants. You can vote in the chat. Thank you for the applause. Definitely, he deserves it. So you can vote in the chat. Your contestants will be starting with. They'll just pop up right in front of my face. We have Ben Jackson. This is the Ben Jackson Magician's Pose. So this is contestant 1, the Ben Jackson Spring Card Magician's Pose. So you can either put 1 in the chat or Ben, and that is competing against the William Watt Late Night Party Pose. So this is the William Watt Late Night Party Pose. We think this took place in Paris, but we're not quite sure. The important thing is that even late at night, William can do an excellent card fan, even with plastic cards. That is contestant number 2. So those were my 2 guests, Ben Jackson and William Watt, and they will actually be competing against contestant number 3, which is 1984 Lance Burton. Not just any Lance Burton, 1984 Lance Burton with our third magician's pose. So get your votes in. You have a few seconds to vote for your favorite pose. Once again, that was the William Watt magic pose, the Ben Jackson magic pose, or we have the 1984 Lance Burton. It appears that a lot of people, probably because they know that Ben's not even here right now, are voting for William. So far, no votes for Lance, although they may vote for a current Lance Burton just because everybody knows how nice of a guy he is. But it looks like William is in the lead. Oh, Jim votes for Lance Burton. Logical vote. Nobody's better at a magician's pose. But I believe it is time to present the winner. And the winner of episode 4's Magician Pose Contest is my nephew dressed as Harry Potter. Yes, my nephew dressed as Harry Potter. My nephew Jacques takes the prize with the best magician's pose. There's Jacques as Harry Potter. Congratulations and thank you to all of our contestants. You all did a wonderful job, but no matter how smooth of a magician you think you are, you're never going to beat a 7-year-old. So that's one of my favorite segments of our new show, Something Up My Sleeve. We went a little bit overtime this time. I apologize, but great stuff, great information, great knowledge of what's happening in the world of magic. I'm excited because I just got my new linking ring in. So tons of reading material. You can get this digitally or printed. If you are not a member of the International Brotherhood of Magicians and you're interested in magic, consider becoming a member because all of these shows and our lectures are on the website for your perusal. So you can check out and learn from all these amazing magicians. There's a lot of benefits toward being a member and a huge convention coming up as well as we celebrate our 100 years as an organization. We just had David Copperfield on talking about the organization and the fact that we're 100 years old now. So thank you again to the IBM. We're now going to end our Facebook post. So this is the conclusion of the International Brotherhood of Magicians Magic Post. We're removing that one. And I'm going to remove the logo now. I'll take a quick break. We're going to bring, let me move the logo. We're going to bring William back. So this is the after hours, which just means we're no longer on the IBM Facebook page. Doesn't mean we get down and dirty. It just means that we don't have to worry about it anymore. So this is now being broadcast to my brand new Twitch channel, which is Not That Magic Mike, for those that may be confused by the fact that I'm Not That Magic Mike. Let me bring William back here. There he is. All right. And no pressure. You can hang out as long as you want. We'll answer questions from chat or anything else. We can talk about anything you want. I don't know if we got to send the link to Ben. If Ben might be able to pop back on. And of course, I invited Jeff Williams and Oscar as well. So Jeff was going to be the replacement William, knowing you were in a different time zone. We had Jeff Williams, since his last name is similar to your first name. He's not quite as tall. I don't know how he looks in the silver suit, but he was there ready to go just in case. So glad to have you. I love the birds, honestly. I would love to wake up to that.
You are welcome anytime, my friends. You are welcome anytime in Mauritius.
Do you have any pictures handy to? I would pull one up, but I honestly don't know how to spell that.
To show you the island, some pictures. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. I did the hike last time. Maybe I got a beautiful view of that hike. Wait a second. Okay, I will show you. Just
yes. Could you spell it? Because I think everyone wanted to Google it, but we didn't know how to spell it.
MMAURITIUS.
That's what I was gonna say. I was close. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Oh, okay. That's high up, obviously. Are
That's
you on a mountain?
hike. Yeah,
That's a
that's
hike.
an hike
Okay.
I did. Yeah, that's an hike I did. Okay.
Wow.
And
So you sit upon a throne as a god amongst mere mortals who live beneath you. We don't have that color blue, by the way. We don't have that. So if we go get a Crayola crayon box, we're not going to have those colors. We're almost seeing the whole island at this point.
Yeah, that's
That's got to be high up, right? Wow.
Yeah, that's the kind of beautiful view you can get here. I love to hike, and as we're getting in the winter now, it's going to be even fun to hike, because with the sun, it can burn really literally your skin. But at the moment, it's going to be very fun to hike sometime. Of course, this is not the only thing you want to see. I'm happy to share. So here is a nice experience I love to do here in Mauritius. And if you come, you'll be able to experience this as well. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is me taking this video. Watch this.
Oh. Girls, it pays off to learn card tricks. Don't go to college. Learn how to be a magician. You can live this kind of life. So you were scuba diving? That's not snorkeling. You were down pretty deep.
Yeah. I was scuba diving, and I was snorkeling, but I have good fins, and I love to do some apnea. Apnea, you say? Yeah. Free diving. So
okay.
I can go. I could follow them a little bit, yes. But I'm diving here, doing some hikes. It's a different lifestyle than France, of course. But it is just really connected to what I feel I want to have around me. Because you asked me what makes me a bit different. I think the way to say it like that is a bit weird, but it's actually the reality. So I would say it. Part of my personality is mostly composed also of a lot of spirituality, and I wanted to find the right balance between my heart and my spirituality. So Mauritius was a great place to in somehow work on this and on this connection. Yes, this is the island, and
this is a good place to find spirituality, I would say. Wow.
Yes. And what you want to know about what you're seeing right now is that depending on the day, and because they didn't do, I don't think it is the best shot for, but there's something you want to see there.
Sorry, I sent my assistant over to, I had her, I don't know if you saw me just make the calls, like if you could grab the helicopter, go over there, just snap a picture for me. So that's the best she could get in the time that we had.
I could hear her. I could hear her.
You heard her. It wasn't.
Yeah, I could hear the helicopter. I could hear the helicopter. But on the previous video, on the previous photo, what you want to know is that there are what we call underneath waterfall, which means that because the way it is designed with the sediments in the water, on good days with the helicopter with the right angle, it looks like it's diving in the water, like underneath waterfall, under the waterfalls. So the previous shot you had, the first one, was that shot. So if you want, you can Google. I think it says in English, underneath waterfall Mauritius, and you will see this amazing shot. So it is a very beautiful island. It is.
That one.
It's also exactly this type. You could, but if you look on the internet, you will literally see the picture of that visual magical effect. So this mountain you see, the big mountain you see on the front, is where I was when I took that picture for myself, that I showed you earlier. But there are so many different hikes to do, different spots. I want to start to do stuff like kite surfing. I want to do this. I'm doing scuba diving also here. Of course, snorkeling and a lot of sports. And this is what I will leave you because I mean, not now, but in 1 hour I will do sport. I do my sport every day here. I have a great place to do so. It's a great balance of life, and I can't wait to fly back to USA as I used to at least once or twice a year from here. It's just
Wait, what sport? What you just said
Okay,
sport, like
here
your workout?
I play paddle tennis.
Okay.
Have you heard of that? Maybe it's a different name. Huh?
No,
It's paddle
I
tennis.
avoided it for years.
Paddle tennis is an hybrid between
That's
tennis.
like tennis players that get real kinky and wear leather. No, is that a different? It's not.
It is like tennis and squash, and then you have it in between. So it means that you have a smaller court of tennis, circled with glass and a fence on the side in the middle, and I mean on the side around, and then a tennis net. And then we play. It's a very interesting game. And it's a big thing here at the moment in Mauritius, but not only. It's like everywhere in the world. To let you know, nations
Is that
like,
what we call racquetball? Is that the same?
Exactly. I think that's how you call it
Racquetball.
in somewhere. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah, we have racquetball, but yours is underwater. Is the whole thing?
Exactly. And sometimes you just grab a jellyfish, and that's how we play it here.
With jellyfish. Yeah, well, see, it's harder. The ball moves fast here. You guys underwater, the ball's moving really slowly. It's a lot
Exactly.
easier.
But the jellyfish, you don't want the jellyfish to touch you now, my friend, because they kill you.
No, that'll be a bad morning. Yeah. Keep those away.
So that's what I'm doing here, and it's great. And yeah.
So, one more. You talked about the energy of you felt a different energy when you left France going there. So, how would you describe what the difference was or what you were feeling?
Well, if you want to know something more about me, magic is my main activity for over 15 years now. Let's say 16 almost. But the thing is, I am also an energy healer. So I'm interested in Reiki and also different techniques. And I do practice this to people who needs it and to help them dealing with their emotions and sometimes body pain and stuff like that. So for me, it has always been a real subject to feel, to just experience. And the thing is, when I started to come here, of course, it's a different place, a beautiful island. But as I told you, in 1 year, I did 8 trips here for 20 shows. But each time I was coming, I would stay more and longer and longer, which means that at one point, I would stay just 20 days in Paris and then go for a trip in Mauritius. And that would start with 10 days, 17 days, 1 month, and after 1 month and a half, and it would go for like that. So at one point, you just feel a difference when you jump in the plane and from when you left and when you arrive there, and you just feel a difference in the tension in the city and stuff like that. And as big cities, Paris is just a very heavy energy compared to this place where you are so close to nature. And of course, as you said, we have birds. We don't hear birds anymore in Paris and many stuff like that. So it was a very fun and also a challenging move to do, because I would start everything. Everything was in order for me in Paris. Everything was great. And I just felt like, let's move. It's time to move. I want to go to challenge myself, and I wanted to, as Paulo Coelho said, to write my personal legend, to meet my personal legend. So I just said, let's go and let's be crazy, and it did work. And it was a great challenge on every level I've explained to you, and also now with the new project, it's just crazy, and it's just I love it. And you live on Paris, you just feel like you're in the middle of the world. But if you live on Mauritius, you just feel like you're out of this world. But what's crazy is when your friend Michael Darden calls you for an interview for the IVM. You just feel like, hey, I'm existing. When the Magic Castle called me and said, we want you for Valentine's Day during the pandemic, please do your online show. You just feel like, really? And just feel like, okay. So the vision we have sometimes that you feel like you're lost somewhere, nothing would happen to you. A few days ago, I met a guy from Oman who gave me so many advice for YouTube, for Instagram, for anything. Maybe we're gonna work on a TV program, and just feel like go where you want, and there's nothing in your life that you're gonna miss. If you need to experience something, this thing will find you. Just go for it. Just go and live your adventure and go crazy. Go beyond what people think, what we think that might be, that might not be. Forget this, because reality, life is magic. We are just that small as magician. There's nothing compared to what magic is in life. And I tell you this because the first time I worked at the castle is because I met someone walking on the beach as well on another island called Martinique. And this person said, okay, show me your magic. And I said, oh, here we go. And he said, oh, you need to come to the castle. And that's how it started, you know? So life is that crazy. Life is that crazy. Just go for it. And I tell you, my experience, I wish one day, I mean, every day, as much as I can, as I'm doing right now, I want to share this at least to the young magician, and even not the young magician, to anybody who's willing to just go for it. Just go for it right now. And I hope one day I'll be able to write this book so some people can get this inspiration. Just go and just be crazy. This is my contribution to magic. I may not be the one who create stuff or create new tricks or whatever props. Maybe I have my sets and my ideas, of course, at one point. But clearly, what I really want to share to this world is we have a great job that can be performed anywhere in the world. If you get a good vision and a good analysis, general analysis, everything will work and everything will work. And this is my journey.
Excellent. I need an applause button. I gotta get that done because I can figure it out. It was working, but yes, I love it. Good stuff. Wow, inspirational. And yeah, so true. Well said. Love it. When if someone happens to be there, how do they see you perform? When do we catch your act?
Well, it's at first I clearly targeted the hotel, the resorts. For one reason is because, as in Paris, I needed to have something regular that will work all the time. So hotels is perfect because you get new guests every week, so you can perform your show and it will work. So clearly, it is, and also because it's a small island. Sometimes you have a lack of variety in what you can propose to your guests, to your clients. So that's the first thing. Then after, I had a few places, few restaurants I would work with, and that would be for the locals.
Cool.
But it is a very very difficult stuff as professional because clearly, especially after 16 years of professional practice, you have your set and you don't change your set every day. And I'm not a trick maker. I'm a professional artist, which means that if I bring a trick tomorrow, I would have worked on it in a way that I will bring it and it has a meaning for me. It has been worked. And I'm just not here trying to create one new trick every week or every month, because really it's not my state of mind and it's not how I can work, and I know it's going to be limited at one point. And so I made this choice. So I had to find what would work best for me. So I did this restaurant regularly because in close-up, I still have material so I can perform. And I would do that once a month in that restaurant. So local people could see me. After, I would mostly be in resorts. And very soon in the hidden show, people will be able to come and book their ticket and come and see me. And this show will be every week. And this is going to be crazy because that room will be designed and I will adjust. And of course, all the project I'm working on will see how we negotiate that space and stuff. It's going to be like my room. And this is going to be a crazy place to create and to work on stuff I would never do in close-up. and something I would just and it's going to be just crazy to make this happen there, you know. And this is going to be the place, and it's going to be in the north of the island, and once it will be on, hopefully, maybe I'd love to share the experience once again, maybe on an interview, or maybe on the ring, the Lincoln Ring, or whoever wants to do it, because I think it's great for the Magic community to have a place on a small island like that.
Yes, and I definitely would visit. I, for one, could not like live there because of the fact that my cat would go after all the birds. So he's been hearing all the birds and he's going nuts, looking around, trying to figure out where they are. But yeah, you go chase those birds, huh? Yeah, this is my assistant, my appearing kitten tricks. So 2 times that you should come visit us in America. Look, Tinker Glitch, it's Fitzy. 2 times. The IBM convention is coming up in Atlanta. So that's celebrating our 100 years of being an organization. So that'd be a great time. And then next year, do you know where the SAM convention is next year? No? Right here in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, so everybody can come visit me. So now you can come to the convention and come see me here in New Orleans. Yeah, you can come see
Michael.
Fitzy too.
I hope you have a big house, because we're gonna all hang out to your
I know.
place. You know.
I'm gonna find a bigger space. Yeah, so we'll put out some air mattresses and everybody can just come crash. Yeah, be great. So good reason to come back.
What time of the year will those 2 events take place?
Let's see. Help me out. We had I don't have it in front of me. Oh wait. Yes, I do. Hold on. I can pull it up. It's still in my it's in OBS. We have, because I had the photos if they're in the same place. 1 second. So we have SAM NOLA, and is that too small to read? There we go. July. So that's
next year.
July next year is SAM and NOLA. And then we have, do we have that? Where is it? Oh, where's my IB? IBM image isn't. Oh, July 13th to 16th. The IBM image isn't showing up. But July 13th through 16th will be the one in Atlanta this year.
Okay, so it means that both events are in July next year. Oh, this year. And
this year is the one in Atlanta.
IBM.
It's IBM, yeah. And then next year, July will be New Orleans. Yep.
I am not planning to do any move right now, but next year I'm planning to move, and of course to do. I will organize a tour in USA. So let's see how everything goes. Of course, hopefully we'll meet at 4F, and I will organize.
Well, I'll see you at the end of next month. Yes, because the 4F we have the online 4F convention, April 30th, I want to say. So all right, cool. So yeah, we'll be able to hang out for that for sure. Excellent. All right, I am gonna go. I'm gonna let you get to your underwater racquetball. So that you stay in shape.
I got to go and get some jellyfish before we start the game.
Yes. We could convince a lot of people that you really do play a game with jellyfish just because humans are so dumb, right? Humans are so dumb. They'd totally buy it. They would totally believe it. I do want to show you. Come here, Javi. Oh, I was gonna do my my cat transposition trick, but he ran off my other. So I owe you one. I'll do it next time. But I thought I was gonna be able to do the impromptu effect. All right. So I'm going to raid out with this stream because I'm on this on. I don't know if you know about how Twitch works, but we can actually send all the viewers over to another channel. So I'm going to do that, but I will end the stream. This has been a blast. Let's talk again. I'm going to see you at the end of next month, but let's chat again because I will come visit. I'm hoping to be in Europe this summer, so I'll be a little closer. And yep, I'm bringing Abel. I'm bringing everybody in chat with me. So we're gonna all go to the beach. We're gonna play with jellyfish. We're gonna go see William do some magic, and you're gonna go what? Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yep, that's William Watt. You'll be like, what? Yeah, exactly. William Watt. Anyway, I'm gonna throw the it's here. I'm gonna throw up your is this it? Oh, that's the underwater waterfall. Okay, there's the link for the waterfall, and here's the link for travel guide for. Well, we're advertising the island, and here's the link for. Oh, that's the after party. That's right now, and here's the link for. No, that's me. Wait, where's Williams? Wait, I'll there it is. There it is. Boom. Is that it? Is that his site? Okay.
Yeah, that's on my website. You also have Will What Magic on Instagram, and so far I've not been a good boy on Instagram and also nor on Facebook. But I have projects also on Instagram and Facebook, so everything is being redesigned, rethink at the moment. So Will What Magic.
Okay.
You will find me, and this is going to be. I've been away from this type of media. I didn't know how to work with my YouTube channel. So if you want to follow, there's going to be awesome stuff going on soon. I mean, something I love to share with you. And also on my Instagram. So I'm not trying to send you something just to have followers. I really have something I've been thinking of. I have some help. Everything's going to be normally bring out in the next months. And so thank you for sharing this, and thank you so much, Michael, for having me on your show. And I want to say to all your followers that I really need to come and visit USA. It's always huge for me. Each contact I can have with USA, especially during those last 2 years where I couldn't move, and it's fun. And thank you so much. I miss you, my friend.
I miss you too. I'm gonna go look at all our find all our old pictures from 4F. Thank you so much. This was a fantastic stream. Episode 4. It's my 4th one. But we're gonna be doing more and more of them. So I'm probably gonna bring you back sooner than you think, so we can talk some more magic. William Watt, ladies and gentlemen, everybody make a point. Go see him. We should plan a group vacation and go visit. I mean, that island looks incredible. You know what? As we're rating out, let's take another look at the island. And Abel, I don't have the Not That Magic Mike channel dashboard up, so I don't think I can raid.
Know who to go to.
Oh well, we have to just pick somebody randomly. Yeah, I know it's late at night. It's a different group. So this is where the field trip's gonna be. So everybody go ahead and get your registration in. Yep, we're doing it here. You have to zoom in on the picture. You can see the court where they do the underwater jellyfish racquetball. It's to the right. It's kind of hard to see from the aerial view. You have to sort of zoom in, but you can kind of tell. And then right to the left, there's a little peak. That's where he was sitting on the throne looking down. You can't tell how high it is from where we're looking at it here, but it's so high up, really high. If you're scared of heights, it's not a good place for you. Yeah, we're gonna braid, and you got what? No way, Chad just got here. Well, I feel bad, leaving the party. What the hell? It's past your bedtime. It is past your bedtime. I had a Houston magician on earlier today, but of course that doesn't do you much good in Dallas. What's that, Abel?
How about Monty?
Yeah, sure. Oh, Monty's on?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, what a talented guy. I love Monty. Hope to meet him IRL one day. Yeah, for sure. All right. So let's see. What's gonna be the raid phrase we use? We could just Not That Magic Mike. How about let's do Abraca what? Whatever. Put whatever you want in the chat. We'll send the raid off, then I'll end the broadcast. Let me know when it's sent.
Do you
Yeah,
believe in magic?
I like it. I like it. Start. Yep. Let's do that. Do you believe in magic?
Nice.
In another stream. Monty is magic. That guy's got some skills. I don't know what he's doing right now on Twitch.
Beat
but
Saber.
he's he's got some skills in Beat Saber for sure. So if you're wondering what my alter ego / cousin has been doing, you'll get a sample of this because I've been involved with virtual reality. And here's our online friend Monty playing the most popular virtual reality game, Beat Saber. So check it out. Rating, go.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Good timing. I'm just ending. And Rhymes just got back.
Yeah.
All right. And rating. I can't see it, so I'll just end it when.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that? I'm sorry. I was.
Oh, I said I can't see anything, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
end it.
it
when
went.
Oh, it went. Good. All right. So we'll do. And here I'll be on Discord in a minute. So whoever of our people, I don't know, we can pick a channel if anybody's hanging out. But ending now. Not yet. And now.